Ancient Rome by Ava Rose
Anna Schiferl,
and Allistor Mcdonald.
This is the map of ancient Rome. Timeline. In 500 BC, Roman Republic is founded. In 450 BC, laws of the 12 tables are adopted. In 367 BC, plebeians are allowed to be consuls. In 254 BC, Rome controls all of the Italian peninsula. In 145 BC, Carthage is finally destroyed. In 44 BC, Caesar rules Rome and is assassinated. 27 BC, Octavian becomes the first Roman emperor. Government. The Romans were republicans, copied by for centuries. Even the government of the United States is based partly off of Rome's government. One person ruled at a time. They were titled as King of Rome. Notable kings of Rome. Romulus was the first king of Rome, and he ruled in 753 BC. Then there was Tarquin the Elder. He was the fifth king of Rome, and he ruled from 616 to 579 BC. Then there was Julius Caesar. He was not a king, but he conquered the Gaul and became the first Roman emperor and entered the Roman Republic. The government included laws from the 12 tables, and a couple of them were, it is permitted to gather fruit falling down from another man's farm. Another one was that anyone was to quickly kill a dreadfully deformed child. Religion played a big role in the daily life of ancient Rome. Roman religion was centered around gods, and the explanations for events usually involved the gods in some way or another. They believed gods controlled their lives and spent a great deal of their time worshiping them. They had many gods and goddesses. The most important god was Jupiter. He was king of gods who ruled with his wife Juno, goddess of the sky. Also, Emperor Augustus was worshipped and considered a god. Each god had a special festival day, which was usually in public holiday. This holiday gave people the opportunity to visit the temple for whichever god was being celebrated, which is the picture above. Priests would sacrifice animals and offer them to the god. Each family home would also have a small ahar/shrine, which contained the statues of personal household gods/spirits of the Lars, and the head of the household led family prayers around the shrine each day. The relationship between gods and humanity was that humans in ancient Rome believed that gods controlled their lives, so these gods they believed in controlled everything, and in result of it, they spent a lot of their time worshiping the gods.
Environment by Allistor McDonald. Salt flats are located near the city. Salt was valuable in ancient world, so this was important. As the Romans expanded their empire, they encountered environments like deserts, mountains, swamps, forests, etc. The army had to learn to fight in different ways to conquer these areas. Rome was located at the first place where people can cross the Tiber River. Riverboats could go up and down the Tiber and could stop at Rome. Rome had a great control over the Mediterranean Sea, which made trade much easier. They had an advantage of getting food and materials from lots of environments. They got tin from England, wood from Germany, cotton from Egypt, and silver from Spain. In culture, gladiator fights were organized into classes and rarely fought animals. Women fought as gladiators also and became celebrities. Glassmaking was made of cobalt, copper, and was burned at 1,100 degrees Fahrenheit. Monuments were a series of aqueducts in Rome and also arenas. Science and technology. Aqueducts were used for sanitation and clean water. 60 miles of transported water. Concrete were used for aqueducts, buildings, bridges, and monuments. Concrete was made of volcanic ash and slaked lime, which was a sticky paste. Newspaper. Military, civil issues were written on metal or a stone. Julian calendar was a modern-day version of our new calendar. Battlefield surgery was sanitation in military camps. The written language in ancient Rome was Greek. They used ideas from Greece and other countries around the area. Economics. Olives, olive oil, wine, and bricks were natural resources in ancient Rome. Agriculture played a role in trade and farming. Major traders around the area were Spain, France, Middle East, and North Africa.
Society by Allistor McDonald. The upper class was the patricians, which were the ruling class of families, afforded more privileges. The senators, made up of elders. The equestrians, which were knights, and depended on wealth. And then there was the lower class, which was the commons, also called plebeians, suffered under the slaves. Then there were the freed people who were once slaves, and slaves performed labor and domestic services. One important member of the social hierarchy was the patricians. They were the ruling class families of ancient Rome, had many more privileges than the plebeians, better represented in the Roman assemblies, communicated better with the gods, allowed to determine the results of voting.